Kasi sa mga ginagawa po natin sa ating DMM is teaching you how to share your story. Okay, sabi nga po kanina, meron tayong dito sa DMM, we try to make it simple and we limit the things into 3 major things. So, if you remember, yung pag-share po natin kasi isa sa napaka-importante, no? Bilang sa paghahanap po, kasi we will be going outside and looking for the persons of peace. Yung persons of peace, ipo yung tao na nakahanda na tanggapin ng Panginoon. Okay, there are two kinds ng persons of peace. Okay? There are 2 kinds of persons of peace. Yung unang persons of peace, yung mga natural na persons of peace. Ano yung mga natural na persons of peace? Natural na persons of peace. Ibig sabihin, na yung mga natural na persons of peace, sila yung na-share mo lang ng gospel, response ka agad. Mga natural yon. Parang si Lydia sa Book of Acts. Namarin niya si Paul, talagang nag-response kagad sa message. Another person is si Cornelius. Okay? Talagang nagubay sila kay Lord. So may mga tao na natural talaga na persons of peace. But another kinds of persons of peace ay yung mga naging persons of peace because of intervention. Okay, paano yon? Yung may mga tao na mayroong problema na dahil sa natulungan mo, naramdaman niya ngayon yung pag-ibig ng Diyos. So nag-intervene tayo sa kanilang buhay. Ibig sabihin, tayo ay pumunta sa kanila at pinakialaman natin ang buhay nila. Okay, pinakialaman nila since na maayos naman. And do you know yung Gichu?
Yes.
His church is the biggest church in the world. Single church. He has about how many, in one service, nagsiserve sila ng mga, umabot sila ng mga 400,000 sa isang service lang. Isang service. Kaya nasa Guinness Book of Records siya, na isang service lang, ganun kadami kanilang attendance. Grabe. So, isa sa kanilang ways of evangelism is, they call it eavesdropping. Yan na yung, ano yung eavesdropping? Yun yung, sila ay nakikinig. I'm talking about kung paano hanapin yung PUP na by intervention, no? Kasi yung natural na PUP, sinira mo ng gospel, talagang response ka agad. Natural sila ng PUP, na persons of peace. Pero yung persons of peace na by intervention, sila yung mga tao na kailangan makialam ka sa kanila. So, paano ito nakukuha? By, yung sinasabi niyo yung kitchen na eavesdropping. Yung eavesdropping, yung may nagkukwento-kwento na nandun ka sa central. May nagkikwentuhan doon sa mga problema nila. So what you gotta do is, hindi ka naman basta-basta na lang may offer na something, pero you approach them, either na you offer them prayer, or kung meron silang pangangailangan, anything that you can help. So ang ginagawa ng kanilang mga member, talagang nandun sila sa mga grupo at kumbaga yung naghahanap sila ng mga tao na mayroong problema para i-intervene nila, magkaroon sila ng intervention sa buhay ng may buhay. And by doing that, according to yung Gichu, talagang it helps them para lumago ang kanilang church. By the way, yung Gichu is not doing TMM, he is doing home cell groups. Kanilang gamit sa cell system sila. And he uses this way of evangelism, which is good. Kikinig ka sa problema na may problema, tapos kung may tutulong ka, lumalapit ka sa kanila. So that's one thing. So persons of peace, either na bigyan tayo ng Lord ng mga natural na mga POP, or bibigyan tayo Lord ng mga POP na magiging POP sila, magiging persons of peace sila, pagkatapos nating intervene ang kanilang pangangailangan. Pagkatapos nating matulungan o mag-offer ng something sa kanila. And then, di ba yung mga taong ganun? Sino yung mga nagkaranas na gano'n na nandun tayo sa moment na nanghihina, punong-puno ng problema, and then suddenly meron pong lumapit sa atin at tinulungan tayo at dahil sa kanilang tulong, para bang gumana ang pakaramdam mo, niyaya ka sa church, and then hanggang ngayon siya na naging Christian na. Marami tayong ganung klase mga cases. So, but the principle is, hindi tayo nag-judge. Sino man sila. We always give people a chance. Our goal is to, as many as possible, is maghanap ng persons of peace. Wherever we go, we always open our, kumbaga yung ating antena, yung ating mga radar. Lagi tayong laging naka-open yan para mahanap natin ang mga taong may mga or prayer ng Lord. At one more thing is, may sinabi na si Lord, sabi ko nga kanina sa Luke chapter 10, na si Lord ay inassure na sa atin na the harvest are plenty. Okay? The Lord already assures to us na meron ng harvest. Kulang nga lang ang workers. So, ibig sabihin, pagka lumabas po tayo sa labas, meron at meron talaga tayong mahuhuli. Pero yun nga, kailangan talaga silang hanapin. Pero, may mga moment naman na pagka maayos ang ating, yung ating testimony sa buhay, pagka maayos ang ating pamumuhay, yung mga persons of peace na ito, lalapit po sa atin. Pagka kasi remember na ang pag-share natin ng gospel is not only by sharing the word, diba? We also share the gospel by our action. And it is more powerful actually. It is more powerful. The actions speaks louder than sounds. Na pagka nakita ka na hindi ka nakikila, kahit hindi ka magsasabi na Kristiyano ka, pero dahil sa nakita sa iyo yung isang pamumuhay ng isang nakikita sa iyo na, alam mo kakaiba ka kapatid, anong meron ka? Diba? Yung mga ganong klaseng tanong na ibinibigay sa iyo. Or, another question na, Kristiyano ka ba talaga? Ano bang maganda? Ha? Maganda yung una, no? Anong meron ka? Ba't ganyan ka, no? Kahit na hindi kita pinapansin, iniisnap kita, ganyan ka pa rin. So sa mga employer natin, bakit ganyan ka? Pinapagalitan kita pero nakatawa ka pa rin. Di ba mga ganon? Na hindi mo alam, pagka may mga tanong na ganon, this is now your opportunity to share to them the gospel. Kasi ma'am, I am a believer. Love ko kasi si Lord. Kaya, and I understand na hindi ko dapat pinapansin ang mga ganyang klaseng bagay. Kasi the Lord has encouraged us, diba? Whatever is tribulation sa Philippians, diba? Chapter 4. Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is trustworthy, whatever is good, the Lord said, think about such things. So, the Lord encourages us to be positive all the time. Na hindi dapat natin ini-entertain yung mga negatives sa ating buhay because negatives does not bring any good things.
Yes.
Every negatives, sakit ang bibigay sa atin yan. Kailangan iniiwasan yan. At hindi lang iniiwasan, talagang winawaksik talaga. Kasi iwas maway ka lang. Pero talagang wag talaga cut yung mga negatives na pumapasok sa ating isipan. Tatanda natin ito na you has the power. Why? Because you have been empowered by the Lord. Diba? Tayo ay pinamamahayan ng banal na Espiritu na nagbibigay sa atin ng kapangyarihan upang may pamuhay natin ang kabanalan ng ating Panginoon. And anyone or everyone who believes in the Lord Jesus Christ, then as what the Bible said, that we have been being filled with the Holy Spirit, di ba? Tayo ay napuspos ng Holy Spirit. Kailangan ipamuhay yan. Kasi, may sasabi, hindi, alam mo, anak ka ng Lord, pero hindi ka naniniwala or nagtatawad ka. Of course, that has no power. Tatanda natin that the things that happens outside the world, wala tayong magagawa doon. Wala tayong magagawa doon sa sasabihin ng kaibigan mo sa iyo. Pero meron akong magagawa kung ano ang response mo doon sa kaibigan mo. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Hindi natin kasi sila kontrol eh.
Yes.
Kahit sino ba sila, kahit na sila ay mga magulang mo, mahal mo na kaibigan, or whoever they are, hindi natin kontrol ang kanilang isipan. Hindi rin natin kontrol ang kanilang bibig. Diba? But, you can always control kung anong iisipin mo. You can always control kung ano ang sasabihin mo. And kung ano yung iniisip mo at anong sasabihin mo, that is the thing that matters. Iyon ang ano. Kasi tatanda natin na we should not allow ourselves to be affected by this outside things supposed to be. Pero in reality, naapektuhan tayo. Kasi, bakit?
May feelings ka.
Ha? Bakit tayo naapektuhan? Ha?
May pride. May
Hindi lang
feelings.
pride.
May feelings.
Dahil sa
May feelings.
gusto mo. Choice mo yan eh.
May feelings.
Choice mo na mag-response. Choice mo na magpa-apekto actually. And that is the reality, mga kapatid. Titignan, bibigyan ka ng example. Ano? Paglabas niyo dyan, merong sira ulo sa labas. Iisnabin ka, babastusin ka, or sabihin mong, sasabihin ka ng hindi maganda. Papatulan mo ba yun?
Thank you.
Ha?
No.
Bakit?
Kasi abnormal siya.
Upward yung ba't upward, hindi pinapapatulan. Bakit yung normal, pinapatulan mo? Ang tanong is, bakit kaya mong hindi patulan itong abnormal? Porque ba't abnormal yun? Eh ba? Pinagsabihan, parehas lang naman ang sinabi nun eh. Diba? Ibig sabihin mga kapatid, it is our choice. Yun yung sinasabi ng Lord na because you have the Holy Spirit. And this kind of character mga kapatid, kailangan natin ito bilang isang mga disciples. Kasi dapat ang mga disciples makapalang mukha. Yeah? Hanggang hindi kumakapal ang mukha mo, hindi ka lalabas doon at mag-evangelize kasi ayokong nire-reject ako. Kasi ang sakit kaya sa akin kalooban. Ayaw na ayaw natin yan. Pero ang tanong, sino ka ba para hindi reject? Tingnan nyo to. Sino ka ba para hindi reject? Si Jesus eh. Diba? Jesus nga experienced rejections. Are you better than Christ? Then, okay lang pala na ma-reject. Okay lang pala na minsan lait-laitin. Kasi sabi ng Lord, no students are better than his teacher. Diba? Kaya ito yung mga bilang mga, we are training ourselves to be a disciple that is worthy, mga kapatid, na hindi ka ikakaya ng Lord. You know? I was so challenged doon po sa Myanmar. Kasi, yung bang after nga doon sa na-arresto kami, nakakatuwa kasi after ng kami ng police, nagkaroon pa kami ng picture taking sa mga police. This is my second time actually being arrested. One is in China. That time we also have like a prayer conference. That was 2010. And that was my first time and I was really scared that time kasi China yun. Nakala ko hindi na ako makakabalik ng Hong Kong. But praise the Lord, ito pa naman. And ba yung hardship nila? nga kung titingnan natin yung buhay natin this time bilang mga disciples, ay is not worth comparing. Diba? Kumpara doon sa mga disciples in the past. Kunting rejection. Ang number na kalaban natin, alam nyo, rejection. I-reject nga lang yan, hindi ka pa pinapalo eh. Hindi ka pa binabato eh. Diba? Sumusuko na tayo. Diba? So ito yung kailangan mga kapatid na, ito yung kaya sinasabi natin, di ba mahal natin, at ito siguro kailang paulit-ulitin natin na sabihin natin sa sarili natin na, hindi, mahal ko si Lord. Ginagawa ko ito para kay Lord. Ang sabi ng Lord, kung ikaw ay nakakaranas ng persecution, magpasalamat ka kasi naging kaparty ka ng kahirapan ng Panginoon. Diba? Ang sarap ng ganon. Kaya nga, actually, that time, when I was in China, 2010, I was like, wow! Na-experience ko, nila po, na sila ay na huli din ng mga, na-aresto din sila. So, but that kind of experience give me more challenge to do things. Kaya, and this is all the things that we need to experience kasi we are training ourselves to be a disciple of Christ. Ang sabi ng Lord, kung gusto maging disciple, you have to carry your cross, deny yourself, carry your cross, then follow me. Diba? So, kakaunti pa lang na-cross yung ano mo eh. Cross pala ng rejection eh. Ano ka na eh. Ang tindi na ng dating sa'yo. Okay? So these are the things na I think these are real cases na nararanas po natin po mga kapatiran. Pero kailangan po na, kaya nga binabalik po natin ang ating perspective, yung ating pong mind, yung ating heart sa Panginoon. Na hindi natin ito ginagawa para sa atin. Kasi kung sa atin lang, bakit ba pipilitin ng sarili ko? Hindi nga eh. Napapagod nga ako, bakit nga ba? Diba? So, but when you think about, you were doing it for the Lord, mga kapatid, dito ka makakahugot ng lakas. Kailangan meron kang pinaghuhugutan, ika. Diba? Hugot pa more. Pag medyo nanghihina na, hugot pa more. Kailangan i-remind kapatid, hindi natin ito ginagawa dahil sa atin, diba? Ginagawa natin ito para kay Lord. Bakit pa kailangan natin tulungan si Lord? Hindi ba kaya ni Lord na iligtas sa lahat ng tao? Ba't kailangan ko pang tulungan siya? Of course, mga kapatid, God can do it. Alam nyo, ito nga lagong panalangin lagi kay Lord. Lord, sana Sabado ng gabi, panaginipin mo ng masamang panaginip yung lahat ng tao. Panaginipin mo sila ng impyerno. Para kinabukasan, hanapin nila ng church. Diba hindi na tayo mag-evangelize? Ito lang, I pray that. Para hindi na, kasi imagine mo kung lahat panaginip, diba? Tapos pakita talaga ni Lord, ito lang ang kailangan mo, kailangan pumunta bukas sa LIFEWAY. Hindi ka pumunta sa LIFEWAY, impyerno ang puntahan. Diba? Okay na lagi lang pumunta ng Central pa. Pupunta na sila sa atin. Diba? But the reality is, hindi po yung ginagawa ng Lord. Bakit? Kasi God has the power of us to do it, people, right? May kapangyarihan si Lord. Pero hindi niya ginagawa yun kasi gusto niya ikaw gumawa noon. You and me are the partners of God. Na gusto ng Lord din, na pupunta ka yung may kusa. Hindi ka remote control na kaya ka pupunta na just kasi na-control ka na ng Lord. Okay? Or somebody or someone has controlled you. Natutuwa si Lord pagka kusang loob mo yung pagpunta mo sa Kanya. Kaya nga, tungtuwang Lord sa inyo kasi imagine mo, kahit na gusto na kayo matulog, hindi pa rin natutulog.
Still alive.
Meron kaming speaker kagabi na ay kahapon na ay nung Sunday from Korea. Pero sa Pilipinas nagme-minister. Nakakatuwa yun. Kasi sabi niya, pagka nakita niya yung pagkainatok niya, praise God, praise God, praise God, praise God. Yan ang kanyang yan ang kanyang pampagising. Tapos sabi niya, kung inaantok kayo, pwede lang, okay lang naman tumayo kayo kasi ako nakatayo rin. Eh, but upo ka pagka wala na yung puyat mo, yung antok mo. Yeah. Anyways, mga kapatid, tatandaan natin ito that we are hindi na tayo ngayon mga members. Not just like members at the church. Because you are now, God is raising up to be a disciple. Ang command ng Lord is go to the world and make disciple. Okay? So not convert. So, now, one of the very important things, mga kapatid, kasi ang DMM po, ang characteristic po ng DMM is more on stories. We love to tell stories. That is why most of the training na ginagawa po natin dito is sharing we teach you how to share the stories. So unang-una na inaaral po natin yung pag-share ng stories ninyo, ng testimony. Kasi kung hindi ka marunong mag-witness, you cannot find your persons of peace. And witnessing is actually, hindi mo kailangan na maraming alam sa Bible. Ano bang ginagawa ng witness? Nagte-testify. So, ibig sabihin, kung nagte-testify ka, anong ginagawa mo? Anong isi-share mong story? Yung mga buhay-buhay noon? Experience. So, pagka nag-witness, isang taong witness, ibig sabihin, meron silang experience doon sa isang bagay na nangyari. Hindi ka pwedeng maging witness kung hindi mo nakita o hindi mo naranas, hindi mo na-experience. So that is why you don't have to be afraid na wala kang biblical knowledge. Hindi ka dapat na matakot kasi, naku, baka tanungin ako. Eh ano ba kung tanungin ka? Sabi mo wala, hindi ko alam. Alam mo naman kung kumari ka. Yeah, it's true. Huwag kang magkukunwari baka mamaya mali-mali pa yung sinasabi mo. Eh di, tas lalong nawala yung sinisiran mo yan. Of course, when you are sharing the gospel, pag may tinanong ka about this, sorry po, it's good to be honest. Babalikan po kita sa Sunday, okay lang ba? At least may makipag-appointments sa'yo kasi meron siyang tinanong, hindi mo nasagot. Do not pretend na alam mo kung hindi mo naman alam. Mas maganda rin yung sabihin mo na, sorry, hindi ko alam yan, pero tatanong ko, babalikan kita sa Sunday. O kaya, gusto mo kunin ko yung number mo. O nakuha mo na number niya, i-message ko na lang sa'yo. O diba? So maraming pamamaraan para mag-gets, makakuha tayo ng phone number na para ma-follow up. So, yeah. 3 things sa pag-share ng story ng ating testimony. You have to share your life before. So, sa pag-share mo ng life mo noon, maghahanap ka ng highlights. Ano ba ugali mo before? Yun ang highlights mo. So, dati, sinungaling ako. Dati, pasaway ako. O, lasenggo. O, whatever things that you can think na highlights ng buhay mo. Pero one time, merong may nakapag-invite sa akin na makulit na kaibigan ko. Actually, ayaw kong sumama, pero makulit kasi. Diba? Sumama ko. Yun yung way kung paano mo nakilala si Lord. And then, andun ako sa church, I hear this, merong isang preacher na parang bang nagpipreach at parang pinipreach niya ang buhay ko. Okay, so after that, napansin ko na lang na nag-altar call, nandun ako sa gitna. So, that is your turning point. And then, buhay mo na ngayon, nung naano ko si Lord, tinanggap ko si Lord bilang aking Panginoon at Diyos ng aking buhay, doon ko na realize yung kasamaan ko, kung gaano ko ka-blessed this time, at ang dami ko ng pagbabago na naranas sa buhay ko. Ganon. Ngayon, kung wala namang nabago sa buhay mo, huwag ka nang mag-share.
Hallelujah.
Kasi ano naman ang challenge doon? Ganon ang buhay mo noon. Ngayon,
Ganun pa rin.
okay.
Nag-share ka pa.
Hindi ka makaka-boom minister. Pagka ganyan, sige, isayin na lang, tingin ka na lang story mo. Pero mga kapatid, siguro naman lahat naman tayo meron.
Amen.
So 1 minute. Okay, this actually representing your, alam nyo na napaka-importante po nito. Alam nyo, the key to find your PUP is sharing your testimonies or your witness. Kailangan marunong lahat tayo mag-witness. Kasi this is our entry point para makita po natin yung ating persons of peace. So, these 3 chairs representing the 3 stages of your life. Ito yung buhay mo noon, nang hindi ka pa Kristiyano. So ako ay iinom, sinungaling, pasaway. Okay? Pero meron nag-invite sa akin sa church. Actually, kaibigan ko na hindi ko naman talagang iniiwasan. Pero minsan, nahuli niya ako. So wala ko nagawa kundi sumama sa kanya sa church. Nandun ako sa church. Merong isang preacher na parang ako yatang kinakausap. So, I found myself na I was inside or I was also in front. And then, tinanggap ko si Lord. Kaya, ito ngayon ako, I find out na sa buhay ko ngayon, grabe, sobra ang daming pagbabago na nakita ko or na-experience ko. So, these are just like a very important things. This is the thing that we need to master. Kasi, pagka magaling ka mag-share, doon pa lang, sa sharing mo pa lang, ma-a-attract na yung tao sa'yo. Anong meron ka? Sino si Jesus? Bakit talaga ba ganun ang nangyari sa'yo? Ngayon ganyan ka na. Diba? Kasi this is our bait. Hindi ka pwede mahuli ng isda kung wala kang pain. Diba? Kahit ngayong squid eh. Meron pa rin ano yan, diba? Meron pa rin bait yun kahit kahoy lang. Bait pa rin yun. Okay? So, sino gusto mag-share ng kanilang practice? Para hindi antokin. Yeah. 1 minute, ha?
Bilis.
Buka.
Dati ako buhay paggabi sa diskohan. Nagiinom para lang maging ma-feel ba na part ako dun sa namin barkada. And then dito. And then kilala ang friend ko na hindi niya naman ako sinasabihan ng word of God, pero nakikita ko sa kanya yung kung sino si Kristo sa buhay niya. Na-weirdoan ako. Ano kaya yung meron dito sa kaibigan ko ito na wala sa akin? Sabi ko, and then nagpunta siya sa church. Sabi niya, punta ako ng church. Sabi niya, Sunday, pwede ba sumama ako? Sabi niya ganun sa akin. Ay, sabi ko sa kanya. Tapos yun, sumama ako. Sabi ko, na-challenge ako sa sinabi niya. Sabi niya sa akin, naku, yung mga nagpapa-convert, sabi niya, mamaya magbabackslide din yan. Na-challenge ako doon. Sabi ko, hindi ko tinignan yung sinabi niya yun na yung nga magbabackslide ko. Pre-move ko na talaga yung desire ko talaga na kilalanin si Lord. And then, yon hanggang sa pag-attend ko, nakilala ko ang Panginoon, and I accept Him as my Lord and Savior of my life. And it's really, and andito na ako. And then yon, yung desire ko na yon, pinag-pray ko kay Lord na gumamit ka ng tao, Lord, na para makilala kita muli. Yung maging deeper yung ang aking relationship with you. And God is so good kasi nga gumamit siya ng tao, and until na nagpunta ako dito sa Hong Kong, and it's really work na nagbago talaga ang buhay ko kasi nga sabi na ng family ko sa akin, yung pinsan ko, sabi niya sa akin na ano ba, you are so blessed, sabi niya gano'n sa akin. Ngayon, nakikita nila sa akin kung ano yung ginagawa ng Panginoon nung dati kong buhay compared dati sa ngayon. Amen!
Okay. Doon sa sharing mo paano binago ng Lord, walang specific na like word na ma-share mo doon sa tao na, kasi yeah, you have shared na mayroon kang transformation, pero what is specific thing like character is importante yan na dati nandun ako sa lugar na yon, ang aking bibig punong-puno ng mga, di ba, mga words na hindi maganda. Pero after this, yun yung isa sa mga kailangan naka-highlights. Mga negatives na natanggal sa'yo ng Lord. Kasi yung pagbabago, of course, sabi natin, I can say, may pagbabago, pero this is the first time ulit sila nakita, hindi naman makikita sa'yo yun eh. Diba? Pero yung sasabihin mo na dati, makalitin ako, pero ngayon, talagang nakita ko na talagang I have long patience. So isa yun sa mga kailangan na isang word, actually one or two words na maririnig or may share mo sa kanila. Kasi sometimes, yung negative na yun, nakaka-relate sa kanila. Kasi ay, ako ganun din ako. So may pag-asa pala ako magbago, no? So, so kailangan ko si Lord para mabago din ako. Okay? So, palakpakan po natin si Sister Rose. Ayan, maraming salamat. Sa pagkatapos ng ating, di ba? There's also another thing. 3 things for me, from my story. My life before, how do I say by the Lord, at saka yung life ko now. Okay, yung tatlong bagay. Tapos, pagkatapos noon, pagka nakapag-share ka na, sabi ko nga, di ba, at least maximum of 3 minutes. Huwag masyadong nagsasalita sa sarili mo. Kasi, hindi ba, pag may kakilala ka na puro sarili niyang sinasabi, medyo, sige easy ko, di ba? Parang wala silang ganang, or hindi sila interesado na pakinggan ng story natin. Kaya possible, make it, sabi ko nga, if you can share it in 1 minute, share it in 1 minute. Maximum of 3 minutes. Okay? Para mas makuha nila ang attention. And then, give them more time to talk. So, ate, gusto ko rin naman marinig yung story mo. So, meron ka bang, gusto i-share sa akin? So, kung hindi naman sila, kasi may mga tao talaga na shy, you can ask question. Kung gusto naman bumubuhay sa, whatever. But you can make way para lang makapag-open siya, makapag-gusto pag-pray natin, house yung mga anak, asawa. Kasi once na nagtatang tayo ng mga ganon, doon naman siya nagkakaroon ng open doors. Ang ating purpose is makita natin kung ano ang needs niya. Okay? Yun ang purpose. Kaya ito nagtatanong, may pare chismis or alam mo ng buhay niya. Para makita natin ang needs niya. At pagka alam natin ang needs niya, then because we are trained to tell different stories from the Bible, kukuha tayo ngayon ng mga stories sa bago na pag-aralan natin, at yun ang i-share natin sa Kanya, na magkoconnect dun sa Kanyang needs. Kaya pagka narinig yung ganong klaseng story, now I give you a story. One of the stories na very effective is yung pag may mga sakit. Then, pag may mga sakit before, sige ate, pag-pray natin. Pero bago ko pag-pray, can I share to you some stories? Sometimes you didn't have to go to Bible kung saan mo maalam, kasi hindi naman nila alam yun. As long as you share it from the Bible. Sabi ko, meron pa ako nabasa sa Bible. This is the story of isang babae na siyempre nag-bleed ng 12 years. And she went to many doctors. Pero sa halip na siya gumaling, lalo pa siyang lumala. At hindi lang yun. Ubus ng lahat ang kanyang pera pa. At hindi siya gumaling. Pero naririnig niya ang pangalan Jesus. So, something like gano'n, narinig ang pangalang Jesus na nagpapagaling. So, dinisign niya na pagka pumunta si Jesus sa kanilang bayan, talagang pupunta ako, lalapit ako, at ang sabi niya, ang kanyang promise, mahawakan ko lang ang laylay ng kanyang damit, ako ay gagaling. So yun ang kanyang desire. So, pumunta ka sa Jesus sa bayan nila, at ginawa niya yung desire ng puso niya. At yun, nung mahawakan niya talagang damit ni Jesus, talagang pumaling siya. Diba? So mga ganun ba, na story na naniniwala po ba kayo na yung Jesus na yun ang papagiling is kaya din po kayong pagaling sa oras na ito. So something like that. Kaya ang training po natin bilang mga disciples, we train more every time Bible stories. Kasi these are the things, we're sharing the gospel. Pero ang pag-share natin ng gospel is not the normal ways of sharing the gospel na, ano ba, chapter 16, ano mo ba, Romans 3:23. But it's not bad. It's not bad. It's still the gospel. Pero we can, of course, may mga ways na gagamitin natin ganung ways. Pero mas, yung pagka-story kasi, parang mas, kasi nagkikwento ka lang, very natural lang na kwentuhan. And we find it more people na medyo hindi yung traditional way na pag-share ng gospel. Kaya we find it more interactive at saka interested. Okay. So, kaya ito yung inaano natin, kumbaga pag-aaralan natin. So, my story, yung tatlong bagay, my story, your story, and then Jesus' story. Okay. Ito itong three things na inaano din natin. Hindi pa yan. My story, your story, and then Jesus' story. So yun yung tatlong things na gusto natin na matutunan din. So, of course, ang story ng story mo, we required sa bawat isa sa inyo, if kung hindi nyo pa kabisado ang iyo pong mga testimony, we encourage you to write it down. Write it down, tapos master nyo yun. Kasi hindi naman, kung pabago-bago ang testimony mo, baka hindi totoo yun. Unless of course, titingin ka ng pinaka-highlights talaga ng buhay mo. And then, iba-ibang tao naman na share mo dun eh. Just master the story kung paano mo share. And then, pagka na-master mo na yan, next na yung ma-master mo ngayon is yung pag-share ng story ni Jesus. So usually, this time, para familiarize ang church, ang mga kapatiran, is I started sharing or taking the stories from Genesis. So every books I find, I kumuha ko ng story na maganda, akma sa buhay natin, meron tayong matututunan bilis ang mga disciples, and I make the stories and with questions at the back. Ito yung ginagawa namin ngayon. That's why this time nasa book of First Samuel na kami. Sa First Samuel na kami. Kasi just started it lately. But before we start with the 7 commands of Jesus, the 7 love story of Jesus, yun yung mga usually. Pero maganda kung maging systematic rin siya na from scene. Kaya I started from Genesis. Chapter 3 is very good. Para ma-introduce sa kanila yung Chapter 2 is also very good para to remind the new believers that we have a God who created everything perfect. But Chapter 3 talks about the sin na umasok sa atin, and because of that, kaya na nagkaroon ng problem. Alright, so meron ako ditong sample na ginagamit namin. Of course, it can I designed these flyers, and I think ginagamit namin ngayon, this is the different colors of sharing the gospel. Pang evangelism namin, masarap kasi pag may nakikita sila minsan. So, this is the green color representing the perfect creations of God. Genesis chapter 1:31, everything God created is beautiful. But black representing the sin. Ginawa ni Satan. Just as sin entered into the world through one man, and death comes to sin, therefore everyone dies because everyone has sinned. Okay, and the red representing the blood of Jesus, na lahat ng kasalanan according to the law nahugasan sa pamamagitan naman ng blood ni Kristo. Kaya ang kasalanan ng mundo, pagka pinaniwalaan mo yung dugo ni Kristo, then you will be clean. Yan. Kaya pagka pinaniwalaan mo yan, then the blue representing hope or salvation. Hope of salvation. And then, the result ng salvation mo is righteousness and life, or holiness and life. And the resulta ng holiness mo, of course, is golden, is representing heaven. You'll become the citizenship of heaven. So it's not the normal way of like doing like evangelism. And I surrender. You can get the soft copy of this, and you can print and design put your logo here as well. And this time kasi, then pinalalagay ko ditong pangalan, and then I commit myself to become a disciple of Christ. So we want everyone to become a disciple. And then, I asked them to put this in their wallets. So anytime, pull it up. Kahit na alam mo na, but other people, mas maganda pa rin meron silang illustration. Kasi somehow it helps. It helps na para mas maging ano yung kanilang pakikinig ng ating pag-share ng gospel. So, if you like this, then you can of course have this. I don't have much, only little bit. Okay, so this time we will talk about we call it the DOBS, or Discover and Obey Bible Study. So this is the time na pagka mag-gather na tayo ng group, paano tayo magsisimulan ng grupo. This is actually like representing our group, and we use 4W. 4W. Sa group natin, we use 4W. We have worship. Ibig sabihin, pag there is about 15 minutes, kasi sa small groups natin, ang tanda natin this time is that the church is not, actually it's not the building. The church is you and me. Okay? That is why, even though we gather outside, we are a church. When 2 or 3 gathered in His name. So, we want everyone to experience what is church life. So, you have 15 minutes, of course, this is just like a reference. Not necessarily na, ay, look, pas na, 20 minutes na, tama na. Hindi ha? Okay? Walang ganyan. Do not put the Holy Spirit in the box. Okay? You cannot do that. So, during worship time, this is at the beginning of your gathering. You have like, of course, you can sing a song, or you can share blessings and stress. Usually, we always start with the blessing and stress. So, ano yung blessings mo? Ano naman yung stress mo? So, para naman makarelease naman ng bawat isa, okay? And then we also offer some prayer, opening prayer para sa grupo. And after that, not necessarily actually na, again, this is only a point of reference. Not necessarily na gawin talaga, but as long as you have worship, you share your blessings, that is also already worship. Now you can sing one song. Kasi yung dito, kung meron kayong time na mahaba, you can of course practice everything. But of course, making sure that the prayer is always there. Asking God's guidance. Remember that the Holy Spirit is the leaders of the group. Okay, we always acknowledge God. That every time we gather, we always pray and acknowledge the presence of God. Alright, so that is about 15 minutes. And the other word is the words. Okay, the words that is now what we use the DOBS, yung mga papel po ninyo na nasa yun po yung ginagamit natin. So sa words, okay, you read the Bible. Usually sa words naman, meron po tayong ginagawa rito. Now, we want everyone to read the Bible stories. We want everyone to retell, and we want everyone to study together, DOBS. So, this is very important kasi our goal sa DMMS, we want everyone to be strong with the Word. Hindi lang ito kwentong barbero, but we want everyone to really know how to tell the stories from the Bible. Kaya, we will read the scriptures, and then after you read the scriptures, first, babasahin lahat yan. Okay? Pangalawa, we will ask someone to read it, and we will listen. Then the third time is, we will listen, we just read it by our own eyes. Parang this time, minimedit, and after that, we ask everyone to retell the story. Sa retelling naman, we avoid giving interpretation. We discourage, during retelling time, giving interpretation. Kasi, once na i-encourage mo yan, yung mga bago, madi-discourage sila. Kasi paano ko naman ito gagawin? Bago pa lang ako. Plainly. Pagka sinabi nyo, yung retelling ba na narinig mo, ay si Pastor Wendell, ang guwapo-guwapo. Paano ko magre-retell? Ganun din ang sasabihin mo, si Pastor Wendell, ang guwapo-guwapo. Ganun lang ang retelling. Kung ano yung nakita mo. But of course, this time, sa Bible is using your own words to retell the story. Mamaya, sasampunan ko kayo sa story niya para lang natin. Ano? So that's words. And the words, of course, is at least 1 hour. 1 hour siya kasi meron pa tayong discussion. Of course, again, this is only a reference. But I would recommend 1 hour Bible study is good. May time kayo for like mahabang discussion kasi sa grupo merong discussion. So 1 hour is good. So we have another words. Watch. Now, watch is very important. Watch means prayer for one another. After the Bible study, we want everyone to pray for one another. Pray for a new people to come. This is very important. The prayer. Because in every movement, prayer is always the catalyst. Kailangan ang bawat isa maging mapanalanginin. Kaya even in the small groups, we also ask them to pray. Marunong po tayo, matuto po tayo mag-intercede. Pray for the church, pray for the family, pray for your group, and pray for our country. So, that depends on what you agree. So, ito naman, it doesn't like 3 minutes prayer, not necessarily depends. Okay? That's why here we only said, pray for one another, pray for family, pray for new friends, and etc. So this is about 15 minutes also. Okay? So, and the last words, of course, is the work. Work is, this is of course their accountability time. This is your applying the truth, and this is also living the word. Ibig sabihin, yung works, yung napag-aralan po natin dito sa words, dapat dito pagdating sa words, kailangan ginagawa. Okay? Hindi pwedeng gawin. Kasi ang pangalan natin ng ating study is Discover and Obey Bible Study. So, bakit discover? Kasi during learning time, me as leader, I will not teach, I will not preach, but it is you who discover the truth. Mamaya, ano po natin yan. Okay? We will discover it all. And then, that's it. This is also another, ang time niya is?
All the time.
All the time. Wala pong limit yan kasi this is your homework. Okay? Ibig sabihin yung work, ito na yung gagawin mo, i-apply mo within this week. Kaya nga, may mga dito sa Bible study natin, meron tayong, kung mapapansin nyo, meron tayong questions sa likod. We call it life-changing questions. And the last words na nakalagay dyan is, what is your, the last two words, the last two sentences, what is your I will in response to this story? Kasi we want you to respond. Ano bang gusto mo? Just like yesterday, ang topic po namin sa aming DOBS is talking about sa 1 Samuel. Si King Saul tinanggalan or nirebuke ni Samuel. It's because hindi niya sinunod ang utos ng Lord na patayin niya yung lahat ng mga kalaban. Dinala niya si King Aegon. And someone said, obedience is better than sacrifice. So we have these questions. Meron bang pinapagawa si Lord sa iyo na dapat mong isundin? That's the questions na nalagay natin dyan. And then, we want everyone to respond. And then sabi, ako po pastor. Ano yun? Tithes po. The next question is, kailan mo gagawin yun? Next month po. Okay. So, this is your homework. So, next month, titingnan natin yun. Hindi yung sasabi natin na next month, tapos hindi naman gagawin. Okay? Pero, may mga pagkakataon actually na pagdating sa review, nakakalimot sila. Well, ang role natin bilang mga leaders, hindi naman natin sila pinapagalitan. Hindi natin sila kinukondina. Okay? Kasi para naman, we don't discourage them. Kasi pagka pinagalitan mo sila, baka next time hindi na babalik sa small groups mo yun or sa disciple group mo. So, we just encourage them, okay, sige, pero dapat next time, sana dapat makapag-share ka rin or huwag mong kalilimutan. So that's what we do. Alright, so in words naman, duration at least 1.5 hours. So, gaano katagal lang small groups na sir?
Something like
So, okay lang yung at perfect size, 5. Bakit 5? Kasi mas mahaba ang discussion, mas maganda. Ngayon, pagka dumami na, it's better na meron kayong tinitrain na another leader para mas mabilis. Ngayon, of course, kung kaya naman ng 10, it's still it's always yung mga suggestion, but the ideal group is 5. 5 na nasa about isang disciple group. Para hindi masyado matagal ang discussion. Kasi kung pariritan mo sila isa-isa, medyo matagal talaga yon. Kaya pagka madaming grupo, what we did is, minsan kasi sa grupo na meron din 10, hindi na pinaparitan lahat. So may 2 o 3, tapos next time, yung iba naman na mag-retail. Okay, so, ano kung mag-discarte naman yan? Okay? Alright. So, sa DOBS, sa ating DOBS, meron po tayong 3 things na dapat napapansin, puro 3, no? Para madali kasi. Paggawa ng pag-aral ng ating Bible study, we have the head, we have the heart, and we have the hands. Okay? That is, the head talks about, we studied this to discover the truth. Okay, discover the truth. And then the heart talks about obedience. Okay? And then the hands encourage people to share the words that you have heard. And then the other side naman yan, meron pa rin tayong 3 bagay din na ginagawa. The head also talks about we have to understand the story. Pangalawa, one of the goal na ginagawa po natin pag nag-aaral tayo ng ating DOBS is kailangan we want them to love God. Okay? We want them to love God, and the hands of course talks about doing or action. Kaya nga, dito sa understanding, ang mga questions natin dyan, may mga sample tayo ng questions dyan, is understanding is what can you say about the man in this story? Something like that. And then love God naman is what can you say about God in this story? So, in every story, meron tayong making sure na nakikita natin doon si Lord. And in every story, we're making sure na ang bawat isa ay naiintindihan kung sino si Lord doon sa story. Kasi we want everyone in the small groups to love God. Kaya nga, ako na-inlove ako rito kasi talagang you are being forced talagang na mahalin mo si Lord. Natututunan mo talagang mahalin si Lord kasi nakikilala mo siya ng lubusan eh. And then, the other half naman is do. Kaya nga, din sa do, meron tayong lagi tinatawag na I will. What is your I will in response to this story? Okay. Ngayon, doon po sa questions na meron kayo, usually, paulit-ulit lang yung questions. Nagdadagdag lang ako dyan minsan. So, I am the one who choose this story. Ako dun yung actually naglalagay ng mga questions kasi minsan minamas ko rin doon sa about this story. So, yun yung ating tatlong bagay na when we study this one, tatlong bagay ang ino-observe natin. Okay? Discover, sunod, at saka i-share. Understand, love God, and then do. But this one, okay. Remember that the Holy Spirit is the leader of the disciple-making movement or making disciple movement. And the angel of the movement, the angel ng disciple-making, mga kapatid, is, ito po yung TOB, is discover and obey Bible study. Hanggat hindi natin ginagawa itong pagbabible study natin, hindi po natin matitrain ang ating pong mga disciple na lumago. Ito po yung engine. Ito yung lago ng ating Bible study. Okay, so can we gather into 5? And I want you to read the story, and I want you to have some ideas about the story. Ang title po ng ating story this time is Will No One Take to Lead? Judges chapter 2, 7 to 17. 5 or 4 is okay. What you gotta do is babasahin nyo yung story. Okay? Babasahin nyo lahat. And then, may magbabasa na isa. Tapos, babasahin nyo sa mata. So, 3 times. Pagkatapos noon, merong questions sa likod. Okay? Merong questions sa likod. And I want you to answer the questions muna before na, kasi itatakol din natin ito rito mamaya. I want you to answer that first para ma-practice po kayo. Yeah, may questions kasi dyan na try nyo understanding, remember, doon sa questions, head, heart, and hands. Understanding the story, love God, and do it. Okay? Yun ang another half. Another half naman niya is discover. Okay? I-discover natin yung dyan. And then heart talks about obedience. Ang tanong din is, paano ko masusunod ang Panginoon sa story na ito? Yung mga applications. At saka, hands talks about sharing. Sino ang pwede niyong sharean ng story? Alam niyo, napakaganda ng story na to. This will add to the challenge that we have. Kung sentence man yung marital mo, that's okay pa rin. Wala namang yan, kasi kung yun lang naalala mo, yun ang gagawin natin. Okay? Okay. Pero ngayon kasi marami naman tayo, I want full. Kaya nga, oo. Okay, sige. Sa grupo po ninyo later on, just to encourage people, lalo na kung may mga baguhan. Siyempre, minsan, first time nilang marinig yung story, pero magugulat kayong mga kapatid. Minsan may mga bago na dadating na mas magaling pa mag-retell ka sa atin. Yeah, you know, this is our experience. Magugulat ka, galing nila. Pero ito nga, kahit sa isa man o dalawa na sentence sa kanilang maalala, just to encourage everyone to retell, kailangan pinapalakpakan yon, just to give an encouragement. Okay? Kasi the Word of God is very important. So, sino yung kapatid? Sino ang pangalan mo? Huwag lang Ilocanin.
Sige, Tagalogin ko na lang. Basta Taglish.
Sige. Kung saan ka comfortable actually. Sa grupo ninyo, later on, kung comfortable ka ba, mga Ilocano grupo ninyo, you can speak it in Ilocano. Kasi ang purpose natin is we want the Word of God to be understood fully. Kung saan kayo comfortable, hindi kailangan na sundin. Kung comfortable kayo sa inchik, hindi mag-inchik kayo.
Kahit saan game.
Sige ate. Sige. Wala ka pang papalagwan.
Take two.
Okay lang yan.
The people of Israel in the entire lifetime of Joshua are following the laws of the Lord. But when Joshua died and all the other generation passed away, another generation came up. Those people are not acquainted with the Lord, so they as if they don't have relationship with the Lord, or as if they don't know the Lord. So what happened was they are following the other gods like Baals, which is against the Lord's will and against the Lord's sight. So the gods gave them to their enemies or the marauders, what they called. So the Lord did not. The Israelites suffered a lot because they did not follow what the Lord has said to them, and they disobeyed the Lord God. So the Lord God gave them to their enemies. But the Lord is still a merciful God. He put judges to lead these people. But then again, these people didn't follow their leaders. So still, God gave them to their enemies. That's all.
Retelling the story from the book of Judges, chapter 2, verses 7 to 17. In chapter 7 says that Joshua, is that the generation of Joshua, who were living in serving the Lord, faithfully serving the Lord. And in chapter 10, that tells that Joshua died in chapter 10, and then all his generation died. And then came another in verse 10. In verse 10, the whole generation of Joshua died, and then came up another generation who has not been committed with the Lord. So there comes in the preceding chapter, this generation who worship against the moral of the Lord, who practice immorality. They practiced immorality and really went astray from the Lord. And in the next chapter, the next verse, they began worshiping other gods, and from there on, God decided to abandon them. It's because they were already practicing evil deeds against the Lord. And after that, in every fight and every battle that they went through, God abandoned them. they suffered, they really suffered greatly. It's because God already abandoned them because of their immorality. And then still God again raised up leaders to lead the Israelites, but then they didn't obey. So they didn't listen to their leaders.
Dahil ka sa magrital, okay. Salamat ate, salamat po.
Nakakaintindi ko, ihantulad ko sa isang pamilya.
Okay.
Now, yung isang pamilya po na ito, may tatay po siya, ang pangalan niya is Joshua. At yung tatay na yun, let's say may 10 siya, yung mga anak niya is, since buhay pa si tatay Joshua, lahat ng mga anak niya nag-obey na manampalataya sa Panginoon. And then there is a time na si tatay Joshua is namatay na kasi matanda na siya. And then yung mga anak na yun, si tatay Joshua is patay na, nag-ano sila ngayon, parang sinunod nila kung ano yung mga gusto sana nilang gawin noong nabubuhay pa yung tatay nila, pero hindi nila nagawa. Sinunod nila yun, na yung mga yun is hindi kaloob, hindi na nila ginagawa yung kalooban ng Panginoon. Which is, let's say, tinalikuran na nila kung ano yung naimulat sa kanila ni Tatay Joshua tungkol sa Panginoon. Now, sumamba sila sa ibang Panginoon, yung mga ganon. And then, gumawa sila ng mga anak na yon, gumawa sila ng bagay na yung mga ginagawa na nilang bagay is nagagalit na ang Panginoon sa kanila. So, even though ganon ang ano nila, dahil sa pagmamahal ng Panginoon sa pamilya na yon, nag-raise up pa rin siya ng isa sa kanilang magkakapatid na gagawa ng pwede nilang tularan muna na kagaya ng itinuro ng kanilang ama noon. But yung kapatid na yon, in-ignore pa rin nila, hindi pa rin nila sinunod. So ang nangyari ngayon is, nagalit yung Panginoon, nagkaroon ng problema o ano sa kanilang pamilya. And then, nagkaroon ng pagsubok sa kanilang pamilya. So, dahil nga, ang nagpakilala na ng Panginoon sa kanila, hindi pa rin sila sumunod, nagkaroon ng problema. So, ang ginawa ni Lord, para lang ma-wake up call sila, pinabayaan muna sila. Na sila muna, yung gagawin nila yung way nila, paano solvein yung problema na hindi nakialam sila. Yun pang pagkakaintindi.
Okay. So, very good. You have different way of sharing the story, but it's still all good. Sino ba mga small group leaders or small group leaders dito sa inyo? No, kasi mga kapatid, why I'm saying this because you have the responsibility na kasi kung kayo yung small group leaders or I don't know kung meron kayong reorganizations or whatever, but the small group leaders has a responsibility actually to, the ones who receive the story, kailangan basahin nyo not only the story but even the before and after pages or story para sa mga meron talaga tayong good understanding of the story. Doon na ang story nito is already buo na yan. Pero it's still better pa rin na bilang kasi tayo mga leader, meron tayong responsibility to explain more, give a little bit background of the history ng, like, example sa story natin sa Judges. Actually, the story of this one is like the story of, the Israelites na this time wala pa silang king. Diba? And because the Lord wants them to be the king, or sila na gusto na maging king. So, wala silang leaders. Pero ang problema nila, pagka meron silang leaders, masunurin sila. Pero pag wala silang leaders, nawawala sila. Magre-rest na naman si Lord, magiging mabait na naman sila. So pagka wala na naman, balik na naman sa sarang buhay nila. So ganun ang story ng Book of Judges. This is the history, book of history ng kung gaano ka minsan kapasawa yung mga taga-Israelite, di ba, mga Israel. So Pagka nabasa natin ang chapter 1 and chapter 1 and chapter 2, actually nabasa mo ng ang buong Judges. Kasi this is the summary. Parang summary ito eh. Yung story ng the preceding chapters in Othniel, ito na lang yung story ng during the time na merong judge. Sina Gideon, ito na lang yung time na meron ng judge. Sina Samson, di ba? Ito yung time na merong judge. But the whole story of Judges actually is on chapter 2 and chapter 1 and 2. So kaya nga pagka nabasa mo na itong chapter 1 and 2, you read all the Judges. Pero yung detalye, babasahin mo yun sa chapter 3, 4, 5, and so on. Okay? So, palakapan po natin ang mga salamat sa inyo. You did a good job. So, isa sa mga responsibility natin mga leaders during your small group, once na mag-gather po, kagaya na sinabi ko po, isa na kailangan natin na tandaan, discourage people to give interpretation. Okay? So walang kasi lalo na pagka medyo marunong alam natin yung story, ano sa palagay ko ganito ang ibig sabihin. No, we don't do interpretation kasi we want you to retell. Retelling, isasabi mo ang gospel or ang salita, ang story using your own word. Gaya ng ginawa ni ate, in-example niya si Tatay Joshua. That's also a good way of retelling the story, which is, kumbaga yung pinakabuod ng story, doon pa rin ang kanyang fall. So, that's okay. There are some story actually na pwede niyong i-action. You know, there's some story, like when we go to the story of Zacchaeus. O pagkapag-aralan mo yung story ni Prodigal Son, pwede mong i-action yan. So, ginagawa natin yan. You know, we have a new church in Gapan. Ito po yung we started the new church in Gapan, and we use TMM as the main source of like discipling people. And in 1 year, actually, we're able to baptize 140 people. And meron din tayong church sa Antipolo, sabay kong share sa kanyang GMM, pero sa Antipolo, they didn't use it. Ganun pa rin sila. Nawalan pa nga eh. Yeah. So, we know that this is really effective. Right now, even in Gapan, wala silang pastor doon. But they are still doing good job because of this. We also use like TMM as a way of evangelism. And they have to go to different houses to find their PUP. And by the way, so bilang mga leader, meron tayong responsibility na mag-aral ng konti. Maganda din naman yung meron siya na background, okay, sa story na to. Para naman magkakaroon ng dagdag na kaalaman. And as a leader, ikaw ang nagko-control. So hindi mo pagka may like gustong magbigay ng interpretation, ate, excuse me po, retail lang muna. Mamaya na natin. Kasi actually, yung interpretation na meron ka, later on, pagka nag-question and answer tayo, lalabas din yun eh. Lalabas yun. Hindi pwede hindi ka lalabas kasi you'll be sharing. At during discussion time, we want everyone talaga to speak. So we don't want isang tao lang ang nagsasalita. We want everyone to speak. Pagka isang na magaling kasi si ate. So ate, sige, bigyan naman natin ng iba, ng chance yung iba na mag-share ng kanilang opinion. Okay, so ganun ang ginagawa natin. And bilang leader, ikaw ang nagkukontrol ng flow. And bilang leader, ikaw ang ginagawa, facilitator ka lang. Nagdadagdag ka ng information. Okay, ngayon, may mga moment na medyo hindi nila alam, so nagbibigay ka ng clue. Kasi syempre pagka-leader ka, alam mo yung kung ano yung tinuturo mo. Alam mo kung ano yung mga sagot doon sa mga questions and answer. Kailangan alam mo yun para nag-guide mo yung tinuturuan mo. Okay, now, because this is Bible discovery, so we always ask question. Pero ang questions po natin is palaging paulit-ulit lamang yan. Paulit-ulit. Number one question, there are 4 basic questions na tinatanong natin. What can you say about the man in this story? Mga ganong questions. Yung question na siya nagtutalks about kailangan pag-aralan natin kung anong ginawa ng mga tao doon kasi from the actions of the person on the story, we can learn. Kaya lagi yung basic, napaka-importante yan. Sa action naman ng tao doon sa we can understand what happens in the story. So we also have another question, what can you say about the man or what can you say about God in the story? This is another very important question na paulit-ulit. Whenever we have different stories, this question is always there. May bayad sinisingit tayo ng mga iba, but these are basic questions na nandun lagi. So what is about God that is loving God? We ask these questions for you to have the revelations of God sa sarili mo. Kaya pag sinabi mo na, oh God here, paano mo nakita si God dito sa story? Minsan yung iba, oh, I find God here is so loving. Oh wow, that's really good. Yeah. At ang kaganda nito, dahil ikaw ang nakadiscover ng sagot, yung learning, mas malalim, mas matatandaan mo kasi ikaw ang nagsabi. Oh, yung iba, sinabi na nakakalimutan din, Pero anyway, dahil sa ikaw nakadiscover ng sagot, you have a chance, or malaking chance na maalala mo yung sagot mo kaysa sinabi ko sa'yo. Okay? Kaya discovery, kaya Bible discovery. Kasi we want everyone to discover the answer. Okay, usually, sa style nito, meron tayong mga keyword na pinapahulaan. May mga keyword tayo na gusto nyo i-discover ng bawat isa. May mga keyword at discover nyo, observe nyo mamaya kasi yan ang gagawin natin. And this is your job as a leader to get this keyword at huwag mo itong ibibigay na keyword. Let them discover by giving start with letter R, start with letter S, start with letter P, whatever start or ends with letter Y. So, hanggang sa, kung hindi pa rin masagot, tagtagan mo yung clue mo, hanggang sa ibigay mo na lahat, kung talaga hindi. Kasi kung hintayin baka lumabos yung oras. Yeah? So, okay lang naman yan. Kasi hindi naman talaga tayo, kumbaga, meron tayong guidelines na dapat nating sundin. Okay? But I tell you, from my experience, we've been doing this for almost a year. I find it na, when you start to do it in a church, the growth ng spirituality ng bawat isa, talaga nandun. Kasi dito sa na to, we teach every disciple. This is our discipleship classes. At napaka-powerful ng teaching kasi it is the Word of God. Ikaw mismo mo di-discover. So bilang isang, may question tayo, as disciple, what can you say? As disciple, what would be your response in this story? Mga ganong klaseng question. So, what is your I will in this story? Or is there anything you didn't understand from this story? Diba? So, mga ganong klaseng question. And the last question is, whom do you like to share this story? So, kasi we always wanted you, encourage everyone, na about the story na pinag-aaralan natin, sinishare mo rin sa iba yan. Okay? So, sige, basahin natin muli para mas makabisado natin story. So the people served the Lord during the entire lifetime of Joshua, as well as the lifetimes of all the elders throughout King Joshua, in order to serve in the great deeds that the Lord had done for Israel. But then the sons of the Lord died at the age of 110 years. After that, all generations have died, another generation grew up after them that was not acquainted with the Lord or what He had done for Israel. So the Israelites practiced what the Lord considered to be evil by worshiping Canaanite deities. They demanded the Lord God of their ancestors who had brought them out of the land of Egypt. And they followed other gods among them, and some people surrounded them. They bowed down and worshipped them, and they doing so angered the Lord. As a result, they abandoned the Lord by serving both Baals and Ashtaroth. So in His further anger against Israel, the Lord gave them the nations of marauders who plundered them. The enemies whose mighty Israel controlled them, and they were no longer able to withstand their adversaries. Whenever they went, the Lord walked against them to bring misfortune, just as the Lord had warned, and just as the Lord had promised them. As a result, they suffered greatly. Then the Lord raised up leaders and delivered Israel from the nations by their marauders. But they did not listen to the leaders because they were doing system morality, with other gods with them. They would turn away from the words and words their sisters of walked on allegiance to the commanding Lord. They didn't follow their example. Hallelujah. Now, napansin niyo ba yung Baal at saka Astaroth?
Yes.
What is the difference of these two? The idol of Babel. Actually, there are two gods. Okay, Baal is god na lalaki, si Astaroth is god na babae.
Female pala.
Okay, and yung marauders, tinatawag yung marauders, yung one is marauders? Magnanakaw. Magnanakaw o tulisan. Mga tulisan. Okay. Alright, so let's go to questions and discussion. Okay. The number one questions actually na ginagawa natin is we ask everyone to retell the story. So you already retell the story, so that's good. And congratulations, mga kapatid in your group. Again, I would like to remind you, retelling is very important. Kung meron kayong time, try ask everyone to retell in your group. Kaya nga sabi ko, five persons in a group is good. Ngayon, kung wala namang time, kasi talagang marami kayo, that's okay. Ngayon, kung ma-divide yung grupo niyo ng dalawa, of course, that's good, and then you can have 5. So, number 2 questions natin is, what can you say about the men in this story? Now, dito sa question na ito mga kapatid, sino yung mga tao rito? Pagka sinabi ito, what can you say about the men in this story? In every story, merong tao talaga doon. Okay? So, merong dalawang klaseng tao rito.
Yes.
Okay, ano yung unang klaseng tao? Okay, si Joshua at ang kanyang mga kahenerasyon. Okay? At ang pangalawang klase ng tao ay ang mga new generation na hindi kilala ang Lord, di ba? So, what is your observation? Una-unahin na natin. Ganito yung pag-aaral natin. Pag sinabi natin what is about the men, try to look at the people there. Yung mga character. Yung mga character, kasi sabi ko nga, meron tayong matututunan dito. Magtuturo sa atin. Either na, pagka maganda, gagayahin natin. Pero pagka hindi, huwag natin gayahin. Okay, so anong observation natin? So tingnan muna natin, hatiin natin to. Tingnan muna natin ang sa generation ni Joshua. There are 2 very important things na ginawa ang mga taga-Israelites during this time. Ano yun? Oh, yeah. Very good observation. They serve the Lord. Okay, so during the time of Joshua, nag-serve sila kay Lord. So itong ginagawa ng leader, talagang, kung tinatanong natin serve, so binibigyan natin ng explanation. Bet, ano? So, sa time ni Joshua, ang lahat ay nagsiserve. That's number 1 observation. And number 2, what else? They observe, tama, okay? They serve the Lord during the entire lifetime of Joshua, and they observe the commandments of the Lord that God has given to them. So, talagang sinasabi natin na observe, you know, you can explain it more by like, anong ginagawa nila. So, ibig sabihin sila ay sinusunod nila ang lahat ng gusto ng Lord. Diba? Okay. Parang tayo. Diba? Pagka may leader dito, pagka nandito si Pastor Wendell, ang babait ninyo.
Thank you.
Diba? Pero pagka walang leader, mabait pa rin. Ayos yan. Okay. So, that's the number 1 observation about sa men. So, how about the next observation natin? Okay? The question is, but when their leader's gone, what mistakes did they commit? Or did they mistake? Okay, there are three things naman. Okay? Sa mga questions sa mga kapatid dito, sa leaders, nasa sa iyo ano kasi yung question natin na basic question, this is the basic question, but you can make follow-ups. And the follow-ups actually really matters. So these questions are follow-ups actually. Okay? Para mas gusto natin na mailid natin talaga yung ating grupo to really dig deeper into the Word of God. Okay? So, when the leader is gone, what mistakes did they make or committed? So, tatlong bagay ang ginawa nila. Una-una, they abandoned the Lord God of their ancestors. Wow! Inabandon na nila. Okay, number 2? Followed other gods from among the gods. So, inabandon na nila at inabandon na nila sa Lord at sumunod sila doon sa mga ibang Diyos. And then? They bowed down in worship of them. So, tatlong matinding kasalanan ang ginawa ng mga kapatid natin. Okay? Bang klase, no? Ganyan talaga, pagka merong leader, okay sila. Pero pagka wala ng leader, parang yung kasabihan natin, nag-aaral pa tayo, pagka wala ang pagka walang pusa, naglalaro ang daga. Diba? So, ito yung nangyari. Diba? So, by using that kind of illustrations, na natin, natutulungan natin ating mga kapatiran na maintindihan yung salita. Alam nyo, after the discussions, mas lalo nilang mamememorize ngayon yung story. Okay? Okay, now this is the follow-up questions. How did these mistakes happen? Bakit nagkaroon ng ganong klaseng problema? Bakit nag-inabando na nila? Paano nangyari? Okay, verse 10. Ano sabi sa verse 10? After the whole generation died, another generation grew up. After them that was not acquainted with the Lord, what they have done to Israel. Okay. Another follow-up question is, bakit? How did this new generation grow not knowing what the Lord has done to Israel? Is there someone here feels to fulfill his or her duty? Huh? Walang leader? Walang leader na matino?
Walang nag-retail ng story.
Walang nag-retell ng story? Naku, bakay, no?
Hindi alam.
Walang nag-share ng Word of God? So, ang tanong natin na, meron bang nag-fails ng kanilang duty? Yes or no?
Yes!
Yes? No?
Yes!
Ha?
Walang nagpatuloy.
Walang leadership thing? Yes or no?
Yes!
Oh, yes. Ang galing niya. Okay. Now, the thing is, mga kapatid, diba, ganito lang yun. Tatanda nyo how we do it. It's very simple. Try to just do the words, the things word for word, and try to see the story. So, titingnan natin kasi ang issue natin dito, sa bawat story, meron tayong tinitingnan na pinaka-main thought. Pinaka-main issues. Kasi anong pinaka-main issue natin dito? Sa story na to, bakit natin ito napili? Ha? Ang problema natin dito is merong henerasyon na nabuhay or lumaki na hindi kilala si Lord. Kaya ang tanong natin dito, bakit? Paano nangyari? Na merong henerasyon na lumaki na hindi nakikilala si Lord. Kaya, kung papansinin nyo dyan sa aking meron akong siningid dyan na verse na napaka-importante sa baba. Yes! Okay? You and I, siningit natin dyan para ipalala na merong command si Moses sa kanila o si Lord through Moses na nagsasabing Ano?
Love the Lord your God.
Ayan, nabasahin nga natin. Listen, O Israel.
The Lord alone. You are to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and all your strength. Let these words that I command you today always be in your heart. Teach them repeatedly to your children. Talk about them while sitting in your house or walking on the road, and as you lie down or get up. Tie them as reminders on your forearm. Bind them on your forehead, and write them on the doorframes of your house and your gateways.
Okay. May napapansin na ba kayo kung bakit? Kaya hindi tayo kumukuha ng story na hindi magtuturo sa atin. So, merong tinuturo si Lord. Ang problema natin dito is paano nangyari na merong mga henerasyon na lumaki na hindi kilala si Lord. Kaya ang tanong natin, mga follow-up questions natin, meron pang nagkulang dito ng kanilang responsibilidad? Diba? Sabi nyo, yes. And I think it's really yes because merong kautusan si Lord na binigay na anong sabi niya? Let this command that I'm commanding you today. Unang sinabi ni Moses, kailangan?
Love the Lord.
Oo nga, love the Lord nga. Pero after the love the Lord, let this command that I have given you be always in your heart. Okay. So, unang reminder pala dito na kailangan leader ka. Sa atin, tinatanong natin sa mga member natin, sa ating mga tinuturuan, yung command ni Lord na napaka-importante. Nasabi ng Lord, let this command that I'm giving you today be always in your heart. Okay? Always. Palagi. Diba? Pangalawa, teach them repeatedly, paulit-ulit mo itong ituro sa iyong mga anak. Okay, paulit-ulit. Hindi lang isang beses. Okay, ano pa? Talk to them. Pagka kayo ay naglalakad, nagsa-shopping, hindi chismis ang pinag-uusapan. Kundi yung, anak, alam mo ba na ikaw ay mahal na mahal ni Lord? Alam mo ba na dapat mahalin mo rin si Lord ng buong puso, buong lakas, at buong isipan? Teach them. Sabi ng Lord, whenever you walk, you are reclining, you are sitting, ibig sabihin, instead na magchismisan, kailangan si Lord ang i-chismis mo. Okay, ano pa? Sabi niya, teach them, tapos, tie on your okay, forearm. Yung mga bracelet mo, hindi ginto yan. Dapat yung, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul. Ano nakikita mo?
Engraved in your gold.
Meron yung mga rubber na di ba? Mga rubber na yun yung parang gano'n ang gusto ng Lord. Kasi talagang gusto ng Lord na maalala natin yung kanyang mga commandment. Okay. Para sa'yo, ito naman pangalawa, yung para sa iba. Bind it on your forehead. Okay, kasi pag nanalamin ka, hindi lang mukha mo ang nakikita mo. Kundi, yung kautusan ni Lord, love the Lord your God. Dapat, yun yung gagawin mong headband mo. Diba? Ano pa? Kailangan, ayun, kailangan, sinasabi ng Lord, kailangan isulat mo ito doon sa sa door frame mo para pagpasok mo, nakikita mo yung mga command ng Lord. Ngayon, babalikan natin yung problema natin dito sa story nito. Paano nangyari na merong henerasyon na nabuhay na hindi kilala si Lord? Aha! So ito yung mga kapatid na kaya yung story ng ginagawa natin mga kapatid is very powerful, di ba? Because this is like the questions, is there anyone fails to fulfill their duties?
Yes.
Sino yun? Ha? Patay ko nga! Naawa naman eh.
The new generation.
Ha? Mga po?
The next generation.
Ano?
Pastor, the next generation mo, ano? The time of leaders.
Sandali.
Isa lang.
Nagpo-protesta dito.
Ano po, bago namatay si Joshua, wala siyang trinay na lead.
Yes.
Aha, talaga? Palagay niya kaya?
Kulang po yung kanila.
Now, let me ask you this question. Okay, if these are the questions na tinatanong nyo sa mga follow-ups, di ba? Pag naglilid kayo, dapat you have some follow-up questions. Like this example. Do you believe na sa henerasyon na yun, lahat 100% wala talagang nakakalam kay Lord? Paano nangyari na merong, di ba, may lumaki, o lumago sila, o itong mga henerasyon na to, lumaki na hindi kilala si Lord?
Kasi hindi na No one stand.
No one ano pastor kung yung 100 na yun ay isa lang ang nakakaano kayo. Wala talo pa rin siya.
Aha.
Yes.
No one. Ayun kapatid, may no one taking it. Walang isa man, kaya rin yung title natin. Walang isa man na tumayo, hey! Israel, listen!
Yes.
We have the commandment from the Lord. Walang tumayo kasi ang bawat isa, bahala na sila. Ayoko ang hirap kayo maging leader.
Yes.
Ito, yung mga rason ninyo, iyon na nangyari, mga kapatid, kung bakit may henerasyon. Iyon ang rason kung bakit may henerasyon na hindi ay na lumaki, na hindi kilala si Lord. Walang nag-stand. I believe, kagaya nga I also believe na lahat na siguro merong 10, or maybe 20. Ang problema, wala silang,
Lakas ng loob.
ayaw nilang tumayo na mag-lead. Para bang inaalala lang nila yung salitang Lord para lang sa kanilang sarili. That is why mga kapatid, there's another question, things na kailangan natin ipalam sa ating mga small groups. That when no one take the lead, ano mangyari put these things into our generation. Kung ikaw, tinawag ka ng Lord, trinain ka Lord na maging disciple, pero hindi ka naman lumalabas.
Isolated disciples.
Suffocated.
Hello?
Yes.
Ang sarap ng mag-aral ng salitang Lord during this kind of If you know how to lead, you will really talk to your people. Is the Lord talking to you right now? You are the generation na pinili ng Lord to take the lead. I am taking the lead. I'm standing. How about you? And if we will not take the lead, what would happen to this generation? Ha?
Knowing about God.
Ang galing mo, kapatid. This generation will perish. Kung titingnan natin ang nangyayari sa ating sanlibutan, mga kapatid, our generation is degrading. Diba? Yung dating hindi tanggap, ngayon tanggap na. Diba? Live-in, Pinoy style. Okay lang yan. Hindi lang naman ako nakipag-live-in. Diba? Halos lahat naman ng nakipag-live-in. Bakit hindi ako? Na kahit Kristiyano, yung standard ng Lord, hindi na po nasusunod. So these are things to rule the leaders to remind our people what is happening in our generations, because if you are not going to take the lead, then these generations will perish. Kung ikaw na magulang, hindi mo tuturuan yung anak mo ng tama, what will happen to your children? Diba? So, kaya nga yung problema, malaking problema, paano nangyari na mayroong henerasyon na lumaki or nabuhay na walang hindi kilala si Lord? I mean, I couldn't believe that. So, and the Lord of course reminded us, because no one would like to take the lead. Ay, walang gusto na, di ba? Pagdating sa leadership, turuan.
Prayer na nagtuturo.
Leader, ikaw na mag-pray sa pagkain.
Pero sabi mo, sige na, ikaw nang maunang kumain. Mag-aagawanan. Okay? Is they reminding us? Okay, another question. This is a very question, number 3 questions. As disciple or leaders, okay, parents, how do you respond to this? This is the kind of question that we throw this kind of Bible study. Bilang isang disciple, bilang isang nanay, isang leader, how do you respond to this? Anong klaseng leader ka na gusto mong maging?
Good leader.
Ha? You need to be responsible. Ang isang responsible na leader, anong ginagawa? Pag ikaw responsible na leader, anong ginagawa mo? Ha? Ang isang responsible na leader, isang responsible na parents, anong ginagawa?
Nurture.
You are doing your job well. Diba? Hindi mo na kailangan na may mag-follow up sa'yo. Bilang maganda ang iyong kailangan, kasi alam mo na mayroong tao na tumitingin sa'yo, so, or lalo na sa Lord, so ang iyong pamumuhay ay maayos. Ayaw mong sirain ang iyong testimony. Responsible leaders, mga kapatid, are people na kailangan maayos ang pamumuhay. Hindi mo tinuturo ang iyong trabaho sa iba. Ang isang responsible na disciple ay anumang pagkakamali, hindi naglalaro ng blaming game. Pagka nagkamali,
Admit.
ina-accept. Sorry po. Pero hindi dinadagdag ng tao lang. Pagka dinagdagan mo yung sorry po, tao lang, ibig sabihin, you are justifying yourself na kaya ka nagkakamali kasi tao ka lang. Bakit? Sino bang hindi tao? Alagay mo, ikaw lang ang tao, kayo mga mangki. Huwag naman ganyan. Walang ganyanan. Yeah? So, bilang disciple, ang response natin, kung ikaw responsible na disciple, parents, or leader, you need to be responsible in everything. Pagka merong schedule, on time, di ba? At ang responsible na leader, pagdating mo ng church, walang magulo yung church. Ay, hayaan mo na, meron mo na kasi na mag-ayos ng upuan. Minsan ganyan tayo, hindi ko schedule yan. You're not responsible, mom. Ang taong ang responsible na disciple, anong ginagawa?
May initiative.
Yan. Gumagawa ng initiative. Merong gumagawa ng kusa. Laging nagpo-volunteer. Okay? Pero mahirap din naman yung lahat kayo leader. Kasi pagka lahat naman is maglilid, magulo din naman yon. Pero being responsible, you know where to sit down and you know where to stand up. You know where to speak and you know where to keep your mouth shut. Yun pong taong responsible, yung disciple na responsible. Ang disciple na responsible, magaling mag-alaga sa kanyang mga inaalagaan, mga tupa. Kasi yan, parang, responsible ka, ayokong pananagutan mo kasi Panginoon yan di ba? Pagka ang taong walang responsibility, mahalam siya, buhay nila yun. Basta malaga, ligtas ako. Sigurado ka ba? Baka hindi sarili mo lang iniisip mo So, we need to be responsible. Okay? So, another question. Yan. What can you say? This is another very important question na binibigay natin sa mga question. Itong question na very, very basic ito. So, what can you say about God in this story? Makita natin doon. Tatanda nyo. At sa question na ito, babalikan natin ginawa ng Lord. Na sa kabila ng katigasan ng ulo ng mga Israelites, di ba? Si Lord ay nag-raise up pa rin ng mga judges. So, what can you say about that kind of character about God? Compassionate, merciful, loving, or
Patience.
huh? Faithfulness to His promise. Yeah, actually, and it's not only like, God is like, everything that you said, that is your revelations about God in this story. And that is true, that is good, that is right. So you have to, with these things, now, God is loving. So what can you say? God is so loving. God is so compassionate. So compassionate sa Lord, di ba? Ito yung time na, wow, think about that. Na si Lord is compassionate sa iyo. This is the questions that we want everyone to fall in love with God. That is why these questions hindi natin tinatanggal. Kasi this is a very important question. So in every story, yung question na ito, kahit anong klaseng story, we always have these questions. These are basic questions na nilalagay natin sa ating EOBS. Hindi lang siya loving, but may declarations of revelation of God. Here is, He is amazingly faithful God. Diba? Nasa kabila ng katigasan ng ulo ng mga taong ito, but the Lord, wow.
So amazing.
Amazingly faithful. Grabe, no? Diba? So with this kind of revelations of who God is, ano kaya ang gagawin mo kay Lord? Diba? Ano kailangan mo response mo sa Kanya? So are you gonna continue to love Him or follow Him or obey Him? Diba? So these questions again, we are encouraging people to feel in love with the Lord. Amen? Meron kang some like additional information gusto mong i-share. Pero always give people a chance to also to share yung things na gusto nilang i-share para maging ano naman, para ganahan naman sila na bumalik uli doon sa grupo nyo next time. Again, mga kapatid, dito po, sa bawat sagot ng ating mga members dun sa group, kahit na hindi ka agree doon sa kanyang sinasabi, don't openly said na mali yan. Okay? So kasi with that, hindi natin of course pinupromote yung mali nilang iniisip. Hindi natin sinusupport yan. But then we don't want them to be discouraged. Kaya hindi natin sinasabi, pagka ganyang medyo hindi ka okay, mga ganun lang, what else? Ganun. So, ano pa? Ganun. So, yung tamang sagot, yun ang i-highlights mo. Oh, yes! Diba? So, this is actually what God is saying. So, ang role mo na bilang leader, let them discover the answer, at ang role mo is to just to encourage. That's exactly what the Lord is trying to tell us today. Diba? And just any other thing. O kaya sabihin natin, paano natin ma-accomplish yan? Like what yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, God, bilang isang disciple, God wants you to be, kung meron isang word na gusto nating ipaalam sa lahat, that is becoming responsible. Diba? Kasi, and we have to avoid giving so many points. Kasi, hindi lang naman isang beses ka magbabago study. Marami beses. It's better to give 1 or 2 points na maalala nila. Kasi magbibigay ng 10, ng isa walang naalala. Na sobrang dami. So, avoid giving too many things. But make it sure na pagka, based on your studies, na ito yung revelation ng Lord about this story, highlights mo yan. Okay? I-highlights mo yan. And then let everyone own the words na kanilang shinare. Kapatid, sinabi mo yan, sa'yo nang galing yan. And that is the revelations of the Lord to you. What do you say? Or what can you say about that? Diba? Ang sarap ng feeling na na-reveal sa'yo ng Lord na the Lord in this story, He is loving God. Or the Lord reveals to you in this story that He's a compassionate God. Diba? Lahat yung tama yun. Pero kung meron kang nakaprepare na answer, ilalabas mo pa rin yun syempre. Okay? So, but again, we avoid rebuking people. Sa group, avoid that. Huwag natin gagawin yan. And encourage everyone to talk. Kasi kahit na hindi tama ang kanila, pagka na-encourage mo yan, next time, magkakaroon siya ng confidence. And not only that, kundi ang bawat isa, na okay lang pala kahit mali. Okay? Pero kung may mali, itatama natin yan. Itatama natin yan by asking other people, sharing other people. Ngayon, kung wala, syempre it is your responsibility bilang isang leader na magbigay ng clue, na magbigay ng answer. Okay? Ngayon, pagka may yung gusto mong answer na inailabas na, then highlights that answer. Let them own that answer. By that will give them encouragement. Okay? So, yun po isa sa mga rule na kailangan po nating i-remind sa ating sarili upang maging productive ang ating pag-aaral ng salita. It is very important na sa pag-aaral natin ng salita na glorify natin ang ating Panginoon, of course, all the time. What else? Ayan. Is there anything you did not understand from the story? Now, babalikan natin ulit. Yo, leader, nagre-remind din tayo ng para nare-refresh nila. Once na nagre-remind ka, the more naman na maalala nilang story. tatanda natin mga kapatid, one of the goal na ginagawa po natin dito is we want to help our disciple group na ma-remember yung story. Okay? So that's why, okay, so what is questions? So what can we, is anything you didn't understand? Okay? Na meron mga words sinabi doon sa verse 14, di ba? Na the Lord gave them. Di ba? Tingnan mo, ha? What verse 14 and 15 says? Sabi na, and this burning anger, the Lord, okay, gave them. In dalawang words, na kahit is no longer able, they were no longer able to withstand their adversaries. Whenever they went, the Lord worked against them to bring misfortune, just as the Lord has sworn, and just as the Lord has promised them. As a result, they suffered greatly. Yeah, so these are like, lagi tayong may tinatanong sa mga questions. Meron lagi tayong tinatanong na meron pa kayong hindi naintindihan. Kasi ayaw natin na umalis ang bawat isa na merong questions na hindi pa nasasagot. Okay, so itong question na to, again, ito naman ay laging present sa mga question na ginagawa natin. Lagi silang present. Kasi we want everyone to really be clear sa mga questions kung meron na sila. So, like from this story, okay, verse 14 and 15. What can you say about that? Anong sinasabi kayo dito ni Lord? Ha? Talaga bang, ang tanong ba dito is talaga bang the Lord give them into domination or dominations or of marauders who plundered them, the enemies who surrounded Israel controlled them, and they were no longer able to withstand their adversaries. Whenever they went, the Lord worked against them. Yeah? So parang si Lord na ang talagang kumukontra sa kanila. Paano ko pa mananalo kung kalaban mo si Lord? So what do you think? Learn from this verse.
Giving them lesson.
Warning. Challenge them.
Challenge them?
Give them
Ano ba?
Teaching them.
Difficult yung questions yan. So kung may mga baguhan o kahit na hindi man baguhan pero pagka napansin nila yung words na yun, magtatanong sila. So how do you explain these words? Sige lang, huwag kayong maya. Sige.
The Lord.
Okay.
There is a great consequences when we disobey God.
Yeah, there's a consequence. Yeah.
And God is giving His wrath to His people because of their disobedience.
So do you believe that it was really God who gave them?
His
Permits, allows?
Yeah. Para
Sabi natin, God is amazingly faithful, but then, bakit ganun, Lord?
Sabi namin sa yun is amazing.
Yun na nga, sabi ko sa inyo, tatanong ako sa inyo. Okay, yeah, sige.
Just giving them a lesson to learn from it.
Giving them a lesson. Okay. Sige po.
We can't do nothing apart from that.
I can't do anything apart from God.
Tagalipin ng Lord, so that's why the God is slow to anger and quick to forgive. But there is a time talaga na tuturuan pa talaga sila na matuto because of that consequences.
Okay. Yeah, actually, it's the consequence of sin, but we have to remember the character of God, that God is
Powerful.
Yeah, God is powerful, but
God is sovereign.
God is G.
Good.
Oh, God is good. We know na, alam natin na ang Diyos natin talaga is mabuti. And even in James chapter 1 verse 13, sabi niya rito, let no one say when he is tempted, I am tempted by God. But for God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does He Himself tempt anyone. Now, knowing the characteristic of God, mga kapatid, okay, alam natin ang Diyos ay mabuti. Alam din natin ang Diyos is just God. Alam natin God is, wala siyang kinikilingan. Diba? Salvation totoo lamang. Yun si Lord. Tatandaan natin to, may sinasabi ni Lord sa John, na once na ikaw ay nandito sa aking kawan, diba? Anong sabi ni Lord? No one can snatch you out from my hands. Okay? Tatandaan natin to, when they are in the ang mga Israelita sumusunod sa kanila, anong nangyari sa kanila? Pagka sila ay sumusunod, they always win, always protected. Okay, kasi nandito sa sakawan. Ano ang karakteristik ni Satanas? Anong sabi ni Peter sa description Peter kay Satanas? He is like a roaring lion that is waiting for someone to devour. Diba? So, mga kapatid, these people choose to be outside in the protections of God. Okay? But it was not like, does not Lord give them actively, but it was themselves who give themselves outside into the protections of God. Knowing the character of God, imagine mo kahit na sila pasaway, God still raised them up or give them someone to eat them. So, with these things, of course, makita natin dito na, yes, God, of course, discipline. God, from this verse, that God cannot be tempted by evil. Okay? Kaya walang pwede mong sabi na ako'y tinitempt, or God is tempting me, or God is leading me to tempt, kasi hindi nag-tempt si Lord. And knowing the character of God, God is good, and God is good, and He's always good all the time. Pero merong nagbibigay pala sa Lord sa, hindi po. The problems that happens to us, not because God wants us, it is because of our own choice. That instead of staying in the protection of the Lord, lumalabas tayo. Kaya bakit natin nakikita ito? Kasi when they are during the time of Joshua, Joshua commanded the sun, stand! And in Joshua chapter 6, stood still. Yeah? And even the Lord Himself fight together with Joshua against the Gibeonites or the enemy. So, sa kanilang pagsunod, mga kapatid, nakita natin dito na talagang the enemy could not attack them, could not overpower them, could not win them. Kasi nandun sila sa protections ng Lord. And it's the same thing. This is the same thing between you and me. Na pagka sumusunod ka sa Panginoon, rest assured, meron ka bang trouble, pero alam mo na you still secure because God is still with you. So, knowing the character of Satan, that he's like a roaring lion, waiting for someone to devour. Kaya pagka umalis ka rito, rest assured mga kapatid, na ikaw ay lalabahin ka niya. So, okay, with this, to interpret this one, hindi natin dapat yan yung characteristic ng ating Panginoon. Alam natin God is He is always good. Yeah. Pero He disciplined. Okay? For the purpose of, but it is always, mga kapatid, the trouble that we experience, it is because of our wrong choices. It is not always God's desire. He allows things to happen. Okay? Just like sa buhay ni Job, di ba?
Yes.
So it's not God who gave them such kind of punishment. But God knows, of course, He's in control, sabi nga nila. Other people, well, God is God. Bakit hindi niya pinigilan yan? Well, He allows it for a purpose, for a reason. Diba? Pero, ang pinaka dito mga kapatid is, sa point ng paghiwalay nila, pag-alis nila sa presensya ng Lord, we know that they are really choosing themselves to put themselves in trouble. Unang-una, commandment ng Lord, huwag kayong sasamba sa mga Diyos. But here it is. Okay? So, alright. So, ito, numbers. What is your I will in response to this story? Okay, we talk about, again, babalikan natin ito yung anong observation natin sa mga tao. During sa mga kasamahan ni Joshua, they observe and they follow. After this generation, a new generation raised up na hindi kilala si Lord, and these people abandoned the Lord, followed other God, and then bowed down, okay, and worship other gods. And the question na pinag-ano natin kanina is, how come na hindi, lumaki ang mga taong ito na hindi kilala si Lord? And you find out na hindi fulfill na kanilang responsibility. Dahil walang gustong tumayo. Walang gustong manguna. Walang gustong tumayo at maghayag ng salita para sa kanilang mga kababayan. Kaya dumating sa ganung klaseng sitwasyon. Diba? So, doon ka kukuha ng I will mo. Sa ganung mga usapin na gano'n, sa mga points na binigay natin. Doon ka ngayon titingin, what is your I will? So kung uwi ka man ngayon, ano yung gusto mong dalhin na kailangan kong baguhin sa sarili ko? Na from this story, ano yung niremind sa'yo ng Lord na dapat mong gagawin? And that is your I will. Okay? So, sinong gusto mo gano'n? And I will is very important because we call it accountability time. Paano yung accountability time? Sinasabi natin loudly yung I will para marinig ng lahat. Na ang bawat isa ay merong right na mag-check sa akin. Kasi pag hindi mo sinasabi, wala mo nakakalam ng I will ko. Malay ba nila kung ano gusto kong gawin, di ba? So wala kang accountability. That's not nice. That will not help you. So we want accountability time. This is accountability time. Now we want you to say your I will. Kasi kung gusto mo talagang mabago, hindi ka mahihiya, kapatid.
Yes. Yeah. Amen.
Hindi ka mahihiya. Yung iba naman, from our experience, basta ayoko na mag-I will kasi hindi ko naman nagagawa. Nagkakasala lang ako. Diba? Kaya mga ganon. Pero ang tanong is, kailan ka magbabago? Mga kapatid, tatandaan natin na the day of the Lord is like a thief. Hindi mo alam. Di ba? Hindi natin alam kung kailan tutundukan ng Lord ang ating alarm clock or ating clock. Di ba? Kailan tatanggalin Lord ang battery ng ating alarm clock. Di ba? So kailangan maging ready po tayo all the time. Hindi pwedeng nakikinig tayo ng salita ng Lord and not doing ourselves. Kasi alam naman nila kasi yung meron kang ginagawang paraan, okay, kahit na nagfo-fall ka, pero nakikita naman nila yung struggles mo. And that is acceptable to the Lord. Kisa, wala kang ginagawa sa buhay mo. Para bang hindi mo nga tinatry na magbago eh. Kasi parang, tatry ko talaga, hindi ko naman magagawa talaga, di wag na lang. So, ang mas maganda po dito sa TOBS is that we really encourage everyone, our disciple group, everyone in the group to really transform. Kaya nga, yung I will mo ngayon, next week, tatanungin niya ng grupo mo, tatanungin niya ng leader mo, kumusta kapatid yung I will mo, nagawa mo ba yan? And you have to be honest. Mga kapatid, tatandaan, we have to account. Killer tayo killer tayo nagsasalita, hindi sa leader natin. Nung sinabi mo, narinig ni Lord yan.
Yes.
So kay Lord ka nag-promise. Okay, hindi sa akin. Hindi sa kapatid. Kundi kay Lord. Kaya you have to be careful na once sinabi mo, kung hindi mo nagawa, sorry po, hindi ko po nagawa. Well, that's okay. Wala, hindi ka pagagalitan. Mga small group, mga leaders, huwag yung pagagalitan yung nakakalimutan ka nilang I will. But encourage them na next time, kapatid, gawin natin ito. So, avoid talking about yung mga condemning words. Kristiyano ka pa naman, dapat, di ba? Pre-namis mo pa naman, dapat ginagay. Di ba sinabi mo, dapat ginagay. So, that kind of things, that is condemning words, that's not help. Does not encourage. Actually, yes, lahat naman tayo nagpo-fall sa mga ano, pero let us raise up our level. Remember that we are no longer a member. You are now a disciple. At ang isang disciple ay kailangan raise up or ang ating pananampalataya ay medyo umaangat. So, because we are training you to a disciple that later on you will make disciples. How can you disciple your disciple if you yourself are not yet being full? Paano ka na maging good example sa disciple mo kung ikaw mismo nakikita na hindi ka pag tinanong I will, hindi ka makapagsabi. So, mga kapatid, to be honest in everything is really good. Pero kung nakalimutan natin, just say na, nakalimutan ko po. And it happens. Nakakalimut talaga. Okay? So, sinong gusto magsabi ng I will nila? In response to our story. Sino yung matapang?
Sige na.
Sino yung responsible? Sige ka pa din. Yeah, isa lang. Ay, ganito yun. Avoid having too many I will kasi hindi mo talaga kaya yun. Isa lang. Kahit isa kasi hindi ka lang isang beses mag-aaral, di ba? So next time na uling isa. Para sigurado talaga na ang purpose natin dito to make it sure na yung isa na yan ay magagawa mo. Kung meron kang dalawa na I will na gusto mo, ano ba talaga yung gusto mo na unahin? Okay, first things first. Para matulungan ka namin, matulungan ka ng group mo, ng leaders mo, na maisabuhay or mai-apply yung I will na gusto mo. Okay? This is now the hands. Alright? Kanina yun, what can you say about God? It talks about the heart. Okay? So, now, we're talking about the hands. Head, heart, and hands. Okay, understand? Story. And then we discover, and this time we discover, we have to love or obey. And this is like the sharing or putting into actions. Doing. Okay? So, sino yung matapang na ihahayag niya sa lahat ng narito? Yung kanilang I will. At pagdating nyo sa Sunday, lahat kayo magtatanong sa kanya.
Grabe na. Pressure yun. Nagawa mo ba?
Hindi, para hindi ka na sumagot isa-isa, tumayo ka na lang dito, mag-testimony ka. Di ba? Di ba, yan lang eh. Hindi ka na ano, wala namang tatanong sa'yo isa-isa kasi testimony ka na eh. Last week, during our training, the Lord has really reminded me na ito ang dapat ko palang in response to this story. Ang inaano natin, yung response dito sa story. Okay? Not just like think na ito lang gusto kong wala namang relation yung sa story natin. So try to think that na anong yung relations natin. Kasi marami I will. Pastor, I will marry. Kaya nga. ang I will ko Lord, ang I will ko Pastor, pwede bang gawing I want? Sige. I want to marry. Okay. Sige. Pero walang relation sa story natin, di ba? Sige kapatid. Ano yung pangalan mo natin? Chiki.
In relation sa
anong I will mo?
I will do my best na yung job and responsibility na in-entrust ng ating Panginoon as a leader sa grupo namin. So, iyon, gagawin ko yung lahat na hindi ko, although mahirap, but I trust the Lord that He will going to equip me, ano man yung mga kakulangan ko, He will equip me, and I will do my best as a leader in our group.
Okay. Yung I will mo kapatid is a bit general. Can you make it more specific? Like to fulfill ng to fulfill ng responsibility mo. Ano yung isang specific things na gusto mo talagang gawin para ma-fulfill mo yan? Halimbawa, kasi isa sa mga pangangailangan natin, isang leader is, na-mention natin sa mga pinag-aralan natin kanina, like from this one, being responsible din, ipapanalangin mo yung mga mo. So something like that, di ba na, I will pray for my members. Kasi hindi mo ginagawa yan last week. Di ba? Ma-example lamang yan. Kasi yung mga bagay ba na hindi mo nagagawa, na nire-remind sa'yo ng Lord. Talking about responsible kasi, malawak yon, di ba? Malawak yun, daming covers nun. Kaya we want to be specific. Kasi hindi natin ma-assess kung paano yung responsibility. So, paano natin kung saan ka sa exam, anong klaseng assessment ang magagawa para makita natin yun na responsible ka na ganun. So, paging responsible ka sa akin, so hindi na ako malilate. Or something like that. Simple things mga kapatid. Ito, tuturo kayo, simple things but yet contribute to your transformation. Hindi kailangan ng we need to be specific, para mas clear. Unti-unti ang ginagawa ng Lord kasi sa atin, hindi man tayo isang beses lang na binabago Unti-unti tayong binabago ng Lord. And that is how the Lord works. So, okay,
Sinabi mo na, Pastor.
hindi ako sasabi.
A woman of dadagdagan ko na lang yung more prayer, a woman of prayer, and then lagi na akong follow, kung minsan lang ako nagpo-follow up in 1 week, maybe dagdagan ko na rin yun. I will follow up, and then
isa lang, para pagka madami masyado, baka hindi magawa. So, ang sabi ni Chike, pa-follow up niya yung mga. So, try to kasi madali natin message yan. So, like say, na-follow mo ba yung mga member mo this time? So, pag nasabi mo yes, that means you did your I will. Okay? Na nagawa ko nga. Pero hindi lang naman itong week na ito. Dapat, isa na yun sa mga dapat mong gagawin. Okay? Baka naman, itong para sa week lang na ito. Ibig sabihin, just the beginning. Hanggang matagdagan next time, another thing naman. Kaya nga, I want you to be specific with your I will. Okay. Si Rose mo na, may nagtaas na ng kamukha na nagbago? Sige.
I will take responsibility to lead my family. Dun sa story kasi nga, yun nga, pag walang nag-lead sa family ko, as na ako pa lang yung nakakilala sa, yun nga, sinisipag ko din. Pero yung family ko hindi pa nakakilala. Pag hindi ako nag-lead sa family ko, there is a possibility na mag-perish sila. And that is my I will na i-lead ang family ko into the right way to the Lord.
So magiging powerful ka niyan. So when see you lead, how do you like yung pinaka-specific things? Kasi leading is, pang-ilan ka pa sa family mo? Pangalawa ka. So kung ikaw mag-lead ng family mo, baka magalit sila sa'yo. Yeah. Anyways, just be specific sa mga Sige, dito muna, si ate muna. Sige, thank you.
Ako, Pastor, since hirap akong mag-share ng what God has done for me, siguro I will share the Word of God and what the Lord has done to my life. Not only to my family, but to others also.
Okay.
Lalo na yung uwi ako, Pastor. Kaya I need to do that.
Okay. That's good. So that's good. Sige po.
Di ba ako leader? I will support my leader in our every night prayers dahil ang dami pong nag-a-arise na problema sa grupo namin. Especially po about family, about finances. So, That is my I will support.
Ba't hindi mo ba siya sinuport?
Ano po, ngayon lang po, siguro mga since November po, nagkaroon kami ng covenant ni Sister Nora sa prayer every night. And it was a very good result po. Kasi yung mga member po na talagang lupay-pay ay nabuhay po.
Share ko po yung best
Purpose po natin dito is every week meron po tayong homework na gagawin. And that is a very effective I will. Yun yung mga desire mo. Kumbaga when it comes to hands, applications or work, this will be your very specific. Kaya nang sinabi ni kapatid na this week isishare niya kanyang mother ng gospel. That's really good specific things. So, and madali siyang i-assist, madali siyang malaman whether nagawa mo ba o hindi. Kasi madali lang, nasira mo ba? Hindi. Oh, so hindi talaga. That's just easy. So, anyway, as we learn, maano natin yan, malalaman naman natin yan, mamamaster natin yan magaling. Pero, possible, limit our I will doon sa isa lang. Huwag masyadong madami. Kasi, isa nga, nahihirapan nga tayo. Yung paano pag itong marami. Diba? And that is the reality mga kapatid. Totoo yan, na pagka masyadong marami tayong gustong gawin, tatapos ng araw, wala tayong gawa. Okay? So, and this is the last one. To whom will you share this story with? Ngayon, lagi tayong merong question kasi kasama po sa hands yan. Okay? Sharing, di ba? Share. Sino kung na-bless kayo sa story na to? Sino yung gusto nyong sharean ng story na to?
Grupo.
And I want you to know, of course, kung sa grupo ninyo, of course, that's really good. You can also, dyan sa baba, you can write down their names and start to pray with them. You can start to pray for them na itong mga kapatid ko, silang gusto kong share ng ano na, kasi magandang story na to. And I think, okay, meron kayong kaibigan na medyo nakakalimutan kanyang responsibility, this is a very good story to share. May kaibigan na mga magulang na medyo pinapabayaan ang kanilang mga pamilya, so this is a very good story to share with them. Yeah, so along the way, hanggat kung every Sunday meron kayong bagong story na pag-aaralan, then you can really build like a lot of stories in your memory bank. Later on, pagkalalabas kayo at mag-share tayo, meron kayong ikukunin dyan sa ating memory bank na i-share ni story that can relate doon sa POP or the persons of peace na sinishare natin. Okay? Ito po yung pinaka-purpose. Kaya we want, and you see, this is a very good discipleship materials because we learn it from the word itself. Na, sinong kukontra sa salita ng Lord? Diba? Wala. Unless of course na talagang gusto mo magpasaway.